Hello and welcome into this week's edition of the RNN Diecast review right here on Racing News Now. As always, I'm your host, Garth Allen. Thank you once again for joining me today. If this is your first time catching a Racing News Now video, consider going down below and hitting that subscribe button and ringing the bell for notifications so you don't miss a thing going forward from RNN. First off, I'm going to apologize. This is obviously getting out extremely late. These are supposed to be out at noon on Wednesdays, and it's not quite noon. It's been such a hectic week. I do apologize for that. But we're getting it out as quickly as we possibly can for you. So let's just dive right into things here. We got through all of our Daytona raced versions. Now we're moving on to week number 2 of the NASCAR season for 2018. To the Atlanta Motor Speedway, in the first race of that weekend was the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. And we're taking a look at Brett Moffitt's Atlanta raced version, his second career Truck Series victory, the first of 2018 with him driving for Hattori Racing Enterprises, Shiggy Hattori, and the first win of his 2018 championship bid. On the back here we see the 2018 Truck Series schedule, and then the production sticker here on the side, one of 613 of these made. All right, what comes in the box? Of course, you get a Truck Series winners sticker, as well as the race card. Brett Moffitt, Active Pest Control 200 winner, February 24th, 2018. And again, Lionel not quite getting their facts straight on these cards. As see here, it says first career Camping World Truck Series win. That is not correct, as he won at Michigan with Red Horse Racing. So that is definitely not the correct number there. That's the second one of those I think we've caught this year where they've not quite had the correct stats on these cards. Moffitt powers to overtime win at Atlanta now. And now see on the back here, look at the bottom paragraph. The victory was Moffitt's second in his Camping World Truck Series career and his first as a driver for Hattori Racing. So they get it correct on the back, but they don't have it right on the front. And that's the opposite of what they had for Tyler Reddick for his Xfinity win at Daytona. Reddick, they had second career victory on the front, which was correct, and then the title on the back said first series victory, which was not correct. So I don't know what the disparity is here, but Lionel really needs to, I think, fact-check these cards before sending them out, because that's the fourth race of 2018 from the top 3 series of NASCAR, and we've already had 2 fact errors on these cards, so something to keep an eye on, I think. All right, so let's take a look at the truck. Of course, these trucks do not have any opening parts, but you know, I'm okay with that because these trucks do look really, really good. All right, so let's take a look at the nose here, Toyota Tundra nose. A little bit of tape here on the grill, Aisin group on the hood. Got a little bit of sunshade here across the top of the windshield. 16 on the roof, Toyota and Aisin group on the bed. Really nothing to speak of on this truck, not even hardly any rubber buildup. There's a little bit on the nose, but otherwise this is a very clean truck. Contingency sponsors here down the driver's side of the truck. Hard plastic window net, Brett Moffitt down the name rail. More sponsors down the B post, Sirius XM and Toyota Racing Development here down the side. On the back bumper, you have Aisin Group, Toyota Tundra, and number 16, and the Hattori Racing Enterprises logo. And then the passenger side looks very similar to the driver's side. All right. That is Brett Moffitt's 2018 Atlanta Truck Series victory. And actually, I didn't even notice this first time around. You probably noticed this. I did not. Goodyear Eagle, a little bit rubbed off here on the left front tire. So there's a little bit of something on this truck. I mean, there's slight bit of rubber buildup. I mean, there's not even that much rubber buildup, which surprises me for a track like Atlanta that chews up tires so much as it does with as old of a surface as it is. And usually the Atlanta raced versions get a lot of rubber buildup because of that. This truck is super clean, and I don't know if that's completely accurate or not. I haven't looked at any reference photos, to be completely honest, so I don't know if how accurate that is. I don't know if this truck was really that clean at the end of the race. I find it hard to believe that it was, being from Atlanta. Maybe it was, but I do kind of find that hard to believe. See, and the interesting thing with this is, this truck is literally, other than like the sunshade across the top of the windshield and Brett Moffitt's name down the name rail, it's literally the exact same truck as the 2017 Ryan Truex truck that they released. I mean, other than some very slight differences, like obviously the race version, you get like the tape on the grill and a little bit of rubber buildup across the nose. You get the sunshades up here. Otherwise, though, and the differences here on the name rail, obviously with the names, but otherwise, it's literally like the same truck. And obviously, you've got a couple of differences in contingency sponsors. Ryan Truex has Sea-Watch International back here near the back bumper, but otherwise, it's basically the same truck, which also makes me question why it took so long for this Brett Moffitt truck to get produced when they already had these Ryan Truex trucks made. I wouldn't think it should have been that hard to just update this Ryan Truex truck, especially if all you're really doing for the raced version is scuffing up the left front wheel a little bit, putting a tiny amount of rubber buildup on the nose. I don't see, because this truck took all of what, like 10, 11 months, something like that? Maybe 9 months. It was a while. I mean, this truck only came out about a month ago before this video is actually going out, so I don't understand why that took so long when you had literally almost the exact same truck produced from last season. Literally almost no differences other than a couple sponsors here and there in the name rail. But, I mean, it is what it is. Still a good looking truck. I would recommend picking one up, especially if you're a Brett Moffitt fan. I know there's a lot of Brett Moffitt fans out there, especially after this season. I would definitely recommend picking it up. It is a really cool truck nonetheless. But I think that'll do it for us today here on the RNN Diecast review. Got a lot to do here over the next few days before we head out for Charlotte next week to film some things. So, to be honest with you, the next week's worth of Diecast reviews are all getting bulk recorded right here. So next week's stuff is also going to get recorded right after this, because, I mean, we're going to be gone when this would normally get recorded next week. So, got that to look forward to. Kevin Harvick's Atlanta Xfinity win coming up on next week's regular Diecast review. And then I'm not even really sure what we're doing for Flashback Friday this week. I honestly have not made that decision yet. So I guess it'll be a surprise when that pops up in your sub box or your notifications, or however you get these videos fed to you. It'll be a surprise on Friday what actually comes up for Flashback Friday. But I think that's going to do it for us today on this RNN Diecast review. If you haven't done it already, go down below, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss a thing going forward from RNN. And while you're down there, hit that big thumbs up button if you like the video. It's much appreciated when you do. So with that, this has been the RNN Diecast review. I'm Garth Allen for Racing News Now.